Hey guys, this is Dark Liberator, and today I'll be reviewing Medal of Honor Warfighter. This is the PC review, and the game is obviously published by Electronic Arts, the one we all hate. And the game is made by Danger Close, who developed the previous game with DICE, but now they get to work on this by themselves. And the engine that the game uses is Frostbite 2, the same one in Battlefield 3. Now first we'll look at the options. The game pretty much uses standard PC options that I've seen. The graphical options are top-notch texture, shadow effects, mesh, terrain decoration, motion blur, anisotropic, ambient occlusion. Pretty much anything you see in a Frostbite 2 game, as we've seen with Battlefield 3. There's no FOV option, which left me a little disappointed, and pretty much sounds, key bindings are all good. Though the mouse, there's a lack of mouse acceleration disabled, which is annoying. Pretty much standard. Okay, now first off, we'll start by reviewing the single player. The single player is pretty much basically find PETN right now. We have to find it and find out who's shipping it. Pretty much, that is what we have to do in the single player. The game itself is very good looking, and the story somewhat makes sense, besides the PETN thing. And the car driving in the game is fantastic. Those are some of my favorite missions, chasing a car through the middle of a town, craziness, things blowing up, and then that's where the game really shines too. It almost makes me want to see an open world car driving game with Medal of Honor mechanics, but we'll wait for another day. Right now you've got Need for Speed, which is supposed to be an open world car game, but I'm getting a little off track here. But anyway, besides that, the single player doesn't really offer anything new and innovative besides, I guess, breaching doors. You get to choose what kind of breach is, like shooting the door off, or using a crowbar, or just basically putting an explosive on it. I guess that's interesting in a way, but it doesn't really apply to multiplayer. So in the end, it's kind of pointless feature. Besides that, it has all the quirks of a normal linear single player, like unskippable cutscenes, or some of them are skippable. It's kind of annoying. Now, the only major bug I noticed while I was playing Medal of Honor Warfighter single player for PC was that sometimes when I started a new mission, it would close the window and then open a new window, like for some random reason, and then it resets the size of my resolution, which is really annoying. That's my only major bug, besides minor AI quirks, like every other single player, and occasional allies being completely useless. Basically, that's pretty much your typical 6-hour single player. It'll be fun while you're playing it, but it's not memorable at all. I think I prefer the first ones better. Anyway, now if Medal of Honor Warfighter does shine somewhere, it is probably going to be the multiplayer. The multiplayer, they obviously put much more effort into it than the last game. The last game was just lackluster. You could tell, okay, here's a lot of maps, but here's not a lot of guns, and here's not a lot of effort by us, just pretty much generic. So, here we go. Now, when you launch it from Origin, you get this main menu. Pretty nice, right? I'm impressed with what Danger Close has done with the menu. I'm impressed with the main menu for a Frostbite 2 game. Tell me about it. Now, there's pretty much all you see in a multiplayer video game. Party lobby, VoIP channel. Yep, there's voice in this game, though it's kind of broken. I'll explain later. There's friend invites, game activity, battle log. You can see your stats from there if you want. Or you don't have to. You can opt in. It's your perspective, though that's kind of broken too. And when you join a party, you're automatically thrown into the fire teams that are shown there. Pretty simple, pretty easy. And obviously for the fine games, there's matchmaking, server browser, recent servers are in, favorite servers, pretty much all you see in a server browser. And pretty nice, huh? I'm impressed. There's a server browser in a video game, in-game server browser. Yep. I think Battlefield 3 has kind of spoiled me. The customization in this game is quite insane. There's things for different types, thousands of different types of camos, like no joke, thousands, I think. Seems like. And pretty much, actually, it almost reminds me of Borderlands in a way, because you have even purple camo, an authentic, realistic warfighter game, whatever. Also, did I mention that there was like an insane amount of weapons in this game? Let's see, there's at least over 70 by someone's count, I remember. And there's all sorts of optics, barrel assemblies, muzzle styles. Oh, you want all these stuff? Oh, here's even more. Freaking magazine, paint, and obviously the paint jobs I mentioned earlier. So basically, you can choose a lot of customizations. It's pretty insane. Now there are 60 classes. Well, did I say 60? 6 different classes for the game: assaulter, sniper, spec ops, point man, demolitions, and gunner. Pretty much. Now there are 5 different game modes that Medal of Honor Warfighter has. Pretty much team deathmatch. Obviously, every shooter has that. Capture the flag. Conquest, Medal of Honor's version of Conquest, and Medal of Honor's version of Rush, which is combat mission. And then the last mission, the last mode is Hotspot, which is in the gameplay here. Pretty much you have to arm or disarm the objectives depending on which team you have within a specific amount of time. Whichever team arms or manages to defend the bomb, and, in the 5 rounds, pretty much wins the game. The game comes out with 8 different maps, and no doubt there'll be more provided by our beloved EA, but I think that the maps themselves are pretty well designed. There's plenty of flanking routes. They don't feel like they're constrained or feel like meat grinders, or there's not a lot of camping spots as you'd expect. In fact, they've pretty much tried to minimize that and the spawn camping, like from the first game. That means sure there's camping and spawn camping, but there's not as much. It's not as bad. I'm very impressed with what they've done. This feels like an improved version of the first game. But for $60, what do you is it worth it paying $60 for an improved version of a video game? Well, since a lot of people do that, why not Medal of Honor? But it's not just that, I guess. I'm also mixed on the recoil. Like, some of it is good, some of it's bad. It seems very random and weird. I love the gun sounds, though. I think they did an excellent job. Like in the first game, I love the gun sounds in 2010. I might want to clarify between first game. I meant the first modern combat version, not the World War II version. Now, there are some bugs in the game, but nothing too major. Like, I do get crashes a lot. A lot of people in TeamSpeak that I hang out with have stuttering issues, and I crash a lot from the game. Now, I've led to believe that I don't think it's ours, client side. I'm pretty sure it's the game itself. Could be drivers, could be anything. I recommend that you install the latest drivers if you haven't already, whether you're in Nvidia or AMD. And the voice chat breaks. Sometimes the UI doesn't work properly. And there's no quit button when you're in a class changing, which I find very weird. But they can always patch that in. So, basically, those are my minor issues that I report. Now, here comes the final question. Is the game worth $60? Now, some people have different interpretations of that. Like, if I find the game fun, in my opinion, then it's worth $60. If you honestly enjoyed it and played for hours and hours, then yes, it's obviously, worth it for you, I'm sure. It pretty much depends, but you can get it half off if you're a Battlefield 3 Premium member on PC off Origin. Like, the deal's limited, I don't know how long it'll last, but I recommend you grab it if you're gonna grab it. And if you're a premium user for Battlefield 3, then grab that deal and get 50% off, and get it for $30 US, which is even better. So basically, I see Medal of Honor Warfighter as a solid sequel to the first game, definitely improving a lot of mechanics, and somewhat lacking in a single player if it was pretty fun, and the multiplayer is much improved. So basically, this is a solid game, and if you're planning on getting it, then give it a try sometime. So I hope you've enjoyed this review, and please comment below if you have any questions on the game itself, and have a nice day as always, and good luck, and see you around on the internet.